Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa and this is She Persisted, Budgeting and Saving. Happy financial goals hop, guys. We are reflecting on Q2 and I don't know if you guys can tell, I have a bit of a problem. When I printed this out, I forgot that I had printed it. My book is the classic size, not the full size, so I will be reprinting, and it really frustrates me because you guys know how much I hate printing again, but I printed this time on cardstock. So I'm going to push this aside really quick and kind of go over. I know the other three have already gone over the book, but I actually went through and wrote in some of the book. And wrote in the smaller book. So I'm going to share, let me see, how do I want to do this? Well, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by going over, just bringing you back to last quarter. And these were from each one of the channels, right? We had each channel come in. We wrote down our signal, our message, and I wrote down all of the words that resonated with me. And I think I'm going to do something like this again, maybe do another word bubble. I don't know, maybe a word search, something fun. But so I have, well, I'll leave my signals to the end. So this book, this whole hop is a collaboration between the four channels you see up here: Donna, Steph, myself, and Jeanette. So this is a letter, of course, from our fearless leader, Donna. This is the calendar, and so far we've seen 3. You guys are seeing me today on Monday. Tomorrow we'll get Emily, Steph, Jen, and finally end the week with Judy, and then look forward to on the following week. So these are all of the channels that are participating. I highly recommend you guys go over, check them out, not just for the financial goals hop, but for their content. Really good content. I mean, I just am pointing to Anne-Marie, so inspirational. I really think you guys should have these on your rotating playlist. All right, so brain dump for quarter 2. I loved this page. I loved the way, so this was truly the brainchild of Donna this quarter. You know, last quarter we all kind of took a little hand into it. This quarter Donna did it on her own. Her and Jarvis, her trusty sidekick. And I love it. I love how it came out. I love how she did it. And so for me, the wins I want to remember for this past quarter is fully funding my property tax for the first time. I will not need to put that on a credit card. So that is huge for me because I refinanced my mortgage 6 years ago. Yep, 6 years ago. And this is the first time in 6 years that I will not have to put some portion of it on a credit card. Challenges I had to face: overwhelm. You guys know or may not know if you're new to my channel, and if you are new, welcome. This season was senior year hell. April was prom, May was graduation, June was the party. And I had to travel for work, I traveled twice for work, once to see my grandchildren. This quarter was overwhelming for me. Money thoughts that kept coming up, not enough. I don't know about you guys, and I got a lot of that from a lot of different people, my subscribers. You just feeling like you didn't have enough. And I felt the same thing. Habits I noticed. The tracking for me has not been consistent. Again, because this was graduation hell. I was so busy that I did not sit and take time to do my weekly tracking. I track weekly. I go through all of my accounts. I make sure. I used to do it daily, and then I got to where I didn't need to do it daily. I could do it weekly because I knew what was happening. And now I feel like I'm just all over the place. So this is an area of growth for me for this next quarter. Things I'm grateful for: my health, my family, true friendships, support from you guys on YouTube and on Etsy. So I can't express, that's not the right word I'm looking for. Stress. I cannot stress enough how this true friendships, my family to support me, the support that each one of you have given me, whether it's on my YouTube channel, whether it's on my coffee shop, whether it's on Etsy, just the words, the encouragement, just the grace that you have given me. I cannot truly thank you. What surprised me, how quickly the quarter went by. Y'all, again, I don't know if it was just that season. I've never had a quicker quarter of my life. And I've had 2 other children that have graduated, but this one, I don't know if it was the last one. I don't know. What I need to release: disappointment in not paying off my credit card. And you guys will see that in a minute. What I want to carry forward: my channel's namesake, persistence. What quarter 2 taught me: patience and joy. And I have a story I'm going to tell you about joy in a minute. So this one I did not fill out yet, but this is another reflection. My quarter 2 money check-in, and I'm going to check in over with the My Financial Tools hop in a moment. But I'm going to leave this in a second. I'm going to go ahead and check in. All right, so I want to keep the series. Okay, so this is new as well. Donna created tabs. I'm loving her whole tab concept. So and I resized these just so I could get in here. Oh, and I want to round the corners, so y'all bear with me. All right, so for Donna Powered by Creativity, the message I received is progress isn't always linear. She talked about in the beginning of her video about how she didn't think she had accomplished much. She even said the phrase, give yourself grace. And that's actually what I took away from it, was that even if you don't think you've done well and you end up doing well, as in Donna's case, or if you don't think you did well and you truly didn't do well, grace is always given. We give it freely to others, and we need to give it to ourselves. So on Jeanette, her message that I received was transformation, and her signal was to plan for the season of life you're in. And for me, that couldn't have been truer with this season. I thought I had planned well. I did not. Budget with Mama Bear. Celebrate your wins. She celebrated, she fully funded her wood category and also started it for next year. I mean, and you could hear it in her voice, how much of a relief that was that it was done, right? And then a big one for me that I took from her message was find your why. She talked about how she needed to change her why a little because of the season of life she's entering, right? She added to her why. I'm not going to say she replaced it. She added to her why. And then, I don't know if you guys caught it yet, but I felt it to my soul when she went to talk about her money goals. And maybe it's because her and I are in the exact same spot. She took a long pause before she shared that she did not get her credit card paid off. And she took a big, deep cleansing breath. And I felt that. I felt she needed that cleansing breath. And I needed to hear that cleansing breath. So the signal I received is gratitude for what you've accomplished. She had gratitude for not only her wood, but also the fact that she needed money and she had money in her emergency funds, right? So we need to have gratitude. So now let's get into my financial toolbox and get with where I was and what I've accomplished. And you can see the absence of pink, right? If you saw my first quarter hop, I had pink everywhere. I had so much pink, right? So accomplished. The only thing that I'm not going to say the only. The thing that on here that I accomplished was I completed my property tax. I completed my spooky savings. My debt payoff, I had one card and then I added my business expenses. And this one, I don't think I'm going to show this in the future simply because it ebbs and flows. Like at one point during this quarter, because of launches and me ordering stuff, getting out orders, all of those things, it was like $1,200. And that was, not only was it frustrating for me, but it felt like I was defeated because I had to use a credit card. Not that I had to. So like any money that I would get from my business, because you guys have been great. My Etsy sales, I couldn't be happier with how you guys have responded to all of my products. The encouragement. I'm going to go back to here. The encouragement that you guys, I am so, so grateful for the words, the kindness, the reviews, I couldn't be happier with that. But seeing this credit card go high and then go low and then go high and then go low and go zero during the quarter. And then I had to restock my Putting Honey in the Hive book. And so that is a huge expense to restock because not only is it the book, but it's the cards and it's the anyway. So I don't know that I'm going to share that. I'll share it, but I'm not going to put it on my debt payoff, if that makes any sense. Because it's really not bad debt. It is debt until I get reimbursed for it, basically. But my American Express card, it was, and I am going to take credit, partial credit, right? It was $7,846 at the beginning of April. It is now under 3,000. And I should have the number, but I don't. So something just happened outside and I don't know what that was. Hold please. Okay, I'm back. I don't know what that was. But it sounded like a bomb. I don't know what it was. But it did give me a moment because I had to pull my camera down. So it went from $7,846. I did check. It's $2,983.10. So this will be my goal for Q3. So there we go. So that's where I'm at in my debt, and I will finish writing all of that off. I'm done with this one. My duck binder, I did not even get into my duck binder. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show it to you guys. Because I have money sitting here. I have a bunch of money from the different months. Not a bunch, it's money that I haven't put in here yet. And so I'm not going to touch my duck binder until August. So I know that. That is going to be a big rock because I do want to get these done. I want to get that binder finished, at least the challenges that are in there. So once this is gone, this one will be there, right? And my abundance fund. So I did add a little along the way, but I didn't get to the $764. And Christmas, I made it a small rock intentionally because you guys know I started Christmas in July this month. And so that is where I will use those savings to finish 2026's Christmas. So I haven't completed my goals for Q3. So I thought we would write them together. So it is to pay off debt. So I'm just going to write that. So my goal, well, my goal is that. So I'm just going to write debt and goal is $2,983.10. And then I'm not going to add my business on here. All right, so my next one is going to be my duck binder, my next big rock. And this is future Lisa. And you'll see in a minute why I say that. So I call this my adult. Right? So my goal, and I'm just going to write goals from now on instead of my starting balance, will be, it's still $1,150. And I need my CD ladder. And I need my home insurance. And that is what I need. So my CD ladder is, I'm actually going to erase this, y'all. And I'm going to put the money in first. I need $893 for my CD ladder. And I need $257 for my home. And this is my year ahead home insurance, not, of course, what I just paid. My big rock is going to be my abundance fund. Right? So this is my emergency fund. And my goal for that. So for the year, sorry, I have my plan in here, I believe. Yeah. I didn't print this all out, guys. So my abundance, my goal is $4,000 for the year. So my goal is a total of $4,000 for the year. So I'm going to say annual. So for Q3, what did I say? I want $764 because that will get me to 2,000 and then I will be halfway. Well, I'm actually going to say $1,764 for Q3. So that will get me a third of the way, and then Q4, I will just need $1,000. So that is for my, and it's going to come again from my friends binder, from my summer edit, from my minis, from my adulting, from everything under the sun, right? And Christmas is still a small rock. Sorry, I forgot I was writing it in that font. And so my goal for Christmas, my annual goal this year is $2,000. I'm going to write annual. And so I want to say I'm at $987. So what would that be? I need 1,013 to complete my goal. And that's if the numbers are right. If you see a different number on here, it means I've gone in here and I've updated the number. And so I'm going to get that with Christmas in July and my my binder that I was working on before July. So my goal is to have it done in July. I want to have this finished. Will I get there? I don't know. So now do I have another small rock? I don't know. What would be my other small rock, you guys? What do I need to work on? What do I need to work on now? I know what it is. It will be car insurance, because my car insurance will be due. So I hate doing this font with a C. All right, that looks horrible, but we're gonna go with it. So my goal for car insurance for me is, it is $900. And that is my 6-month, so it is semi-annual. And I have nothing. So I need, well, that's not true. I do have something because I just put stuff in. I just put a lot in this last month. So I need to check that. I will update you guys when I do my next monthly closeout. I'll come over and update you guys on these figures. So those are going to be my Q3 rocks. And thank you guys for letting me do this with you. I didn't have an opportunity to get prepared ahead of time. Sorry, you know, I want to highlight. So yeah, so that is Q3. So did I get any of this done? Nope, I did not. I got this done, but I'm going to give myself gratitude for what I've accomplished. I'm going to give myself grace for what I could do and what I couldn't do. Talk about the season of life that I was in, which was the senior season from hell. And so then I want to get back to the second half. What do I want? I want joy. That is what I want more of in my life. And I have to tell you a story about this. I started to write it small, and then I thought, no, I'm going to write it big. And so I wrote everything in here big. I'm going to have to reprint this, so it'll be different when you see it again, because I need to print it for this size. But there was a full moon, and it was the June, maybe it was the April full moon. I don't know. It was one of the no, it was the May full moon, because it was the end of May. And it was the full moon. Well, I know this video is a little all over the place, y'all. I'm going to go to Donna's. Oh, I printed it, but I didn't cut it. I don't have the June one. Dang it. Anyway, the full moon was the moon where you kind of, it's a full moon in rage is what I'm trying to say. And you're supposed to say what you want. And you're supposed to yell it. I don't remember what moon it was. I think it might have been the blue moon. And I said, joy. I want joy. I'm tired of all the negative. I'm tired of the wolves in sheep clothing. I'm tired of tired of it all. I want joy. And do you know that next week I was sitting at my daughter's with my grandchildren, and it dawned on me, I had asked for joy, and I have joy. So that's what I want more of, joy. What do I want less of? What am I leaving behind for the second half of 2026? Caring for those that don't care. I'm not going to do that anymore. What am I ready to release? What am I ready to let go of? Comparison. Comparison kills joy. Whether you're comparing yourself to one of us on camera that you see, and All you're seeing right now is this. I have a stack. I have a stack of stuff right here. I'm going to show it. I have a stack of stuff right there, right? Life is not what we see, not necessarily. I'm not trying to say I do something wrong, but I have a stack of stuff that I need to go through. It's not this beautiful, pretty little thing. Is it most of the time a beautiful, pretty little thing? Yes, because that stack of stuff is driving me absolutely crazy. So when I finish filming, I will take care of that. But I don't want the comparison, right? And I'm not going to compare. If some channel is getting bigger or getting more views or getting more sales or getting more, it's society, it's the way our foundation is set to make us confrontational with one another, or to expect that what one person has, you can't have because it's a pie. And if they take their slice of pie, you're missing part of your pie. And life isn't like that. And I know I'm on a soapbox and I can't help it. I'm ready to release that, and I want you to release it too. What am I intentionally building? What am I focusing on creating or growing? Generational wealth. That's why in my big rocks, you will see future stuff. That's why I made the putting honey in the hive such a big save, because I'm not saving for today. I am saving for my future self, so my kids don't have to save for me. What deserves more of my attention? What matters most? Where do I want to be more present? Family and friends. At the end of the day, when the day ends, you're not going to be talking about what you did at work, who you saw on Instagram or TikTok. You're going to be surrounded by friends and family. That's what matters most. What deserves less of my attention? Where am I overgiving, overthinking, or stretching myself thin? Will there be enough? That is my money thought. Not enough. Not enough. What excites me about the months ahead? What am I looking forward to? What lights me up? New adventure. You guys know in the second half I'm going to Salem. I'm planning, excuse me. I'm planning another girls trip for the first of the year. I'm so excited for new adventure. So one thing future me will thank me for, again, my channel namesake, persistence. No matter what happens, no matter who you compare yourself to, no matter the not enough, the overwhelm, the disappointment that you feel, if you persist, you will excel. You will succeed. You will get it done, whatever it is. So I'm going to get off my soapbox. Before you know it, Q3 will be here, October 2026, my birthday month, the best month, if you ask me. So I just want you guys to keep gratitude, find your why, celebrate your wins, honor your transformation, plan for the season of life you're in, give yourself grace, and remember progress isn't always linear. It can take detours, and sometimes that detour is going backwards before you go forward, right? The setback could be the setup that you've been waiting for. And so we have to stop staying in that setback. I think Donna mentioned staying in the negativity. We have to stop that. We have to plan. We have to overcome and persist. All right, guys, I've been talking. I've been on a soapbox. I apologize. It's just been that kind of day for me. Thank you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you have a wonderful quarter, and I will be back next quarter to talk to you about my wins and my losses. All right, guys, take care. Be kind to one another. Be kind to yourself, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.